Alright, today's episode on Tequila Forever Tequila. I got a really quick episode that I'm going to be doing on this Tequila Tonala. Check it out. This bad boy's coming at a number 1472. Fábrica de Tequila Fino. I believe this was previously being made on number 1473, which I don't remember what distillery that was. No information on the web. Couldn't really find anything except what's on Tequila Matchmaker. I believe they said it's stainless steel tanks, stainless steel pots. They use a roller mill, and then it's autoclave with high pressure. And then here on the bottle it says sherry cask finish. On the side it says, 100% agave añejo suprema reserva. It's a very special tequila, aged for a minimum of 1 year in sherry and ex-bourbon American oak. This tequila luscious complex is made by hand-selected agaves. Agave plants, Tequila Weber, 100% estate grown in the region of Jalisco, Mexico. Number 4 is the special blend created by master distiller Arturo Fuentes. To be honest, I don't even know who that is, I don't even know who that is. But anyways, let's go ahead and do this review. I know this stuff is still being sold. I actually seen it, I think, on the web at Old Town Tequila or Old Town Liquor in San Diego. They still sell this tequila. I haven't seen this one exactly, but I know they have the ones that come in the ceramic, and then some other one. So with this one, I picked it up, not knowing what it was or anything. When I seen that this was a 48% alcohol by volume, so this is a higher proof. It says here 100 proof, yeah. So that's really why. That's really why I picked it up. I was like, fuck it, let's try something new, something different, and see how it goes. So let's pour this up. And then we'll take a look at the color right here. This is actually pretty dark. This is really, really dark. I'm gonna give this a little swirl, and then we'll take a look at the glass, to see how it's holding on. So I'm looking at it here in the glass, and I can see, everywhere that the tequila is sticking onto. I'm starting to see it break down a little bit, but it looks like it has maybe a nice viscosity to this. It smells extremely sweet, So this is definitely gonna be a tequila for those who love sweet. It's actually a bit exaggerated in my personal opinion. Even it being at 48%, or 100 proof, I think that it's still like, I don't really get alcohol from this. The main thing that I'm picking up is just like ton of sweetness. So I'm picking up like burnt caramel, some spices, vanilla, cinnamon, brown sugar, and like piloncillo. So piloncillo is like the Mexican version of a brown sugar, but it's unrefined. It's made different, and it's different from American brown sugar. It's a little bit more complex, right? So with the piloncillo, you get everything from like the natural sugars, right? Because especially the way that it's made and it being unrefined, you'd get that burnt caramel that I mentioned, a little bit of smoke, some molasses, perhaps like a little bit of caramel, it's what you're going to be picking up from piloncillo. It's a lot more rich and complex in flavors, than just regular brown sugar. So if you guys have never had piloncillo in some other places, they know it by panela. Look it up. You guys can see what it is. They have, they're like these little kind of shaped like this, right? These little sugar bars and stuff. You know what I mean? Kind of like a pyramid, or and it's cut off on the top. You know, they use them for a lot of different things, but you guys can check it out, look it up, and you know, try it out. Maybe when you guys are baking or doing something, you guys can see the difference. But that's actually a lot of what this smells like. Yeah, I would say it's more like piloncillo, you know what I mean? It's just a lot of, like I said, this brown sugar, this molasses, caramel, vanilla. I can't really say that I'm picking up any oak or any notes from like the sherry cask, you know? So, in my personal opinion, there's no complexity. You know, whatever. Wow. That's the first step of the day. I mean, this thing was extremely smooth. No burn, no heat, nothing. But it was actually like really thin, kind of silky. Let me try it again. Yeah, it's like really, really thin. You know, there's a little bit of silkiness to it, but it's kind of thin and watery, I'm gonna say. And it just extremely sweet. You know, on the taste, it's pretty much exactly like on the nose. Just tons of caramel, tons of brown sugar, a little bit of spice. You know, it's really kind of like the piloncillo that I'm talking about. In my personal opinion, this tequila has additives. You know, it reminds me a lot of like what is it, like the Cava de Oro, Don Elias, Dinastia, what's that other one, Tequila Adictivo, you know, type of thing, you know what I mean? Because all those tequilas that I just mentioned pretty much taste the same. And that's what I'm gonna say, that this one kind of falls in that category, but a little bit different, you know what I'm saying? Like a little, the same flavor profile, but just not as exaggerated as some of those. You know, I don't think it's the sherry cask. I think maybe it being 48%, it probably helped it. Anyways, like I said, I was trying to make this quick. It's probably taking longer than I thought. When I looked it up trying to get information, I seen that the panel, I think, had this rated like at a 87. The community had it rated at 86. And to be honest, I don't know how the hell they got that freaking rating, because I disagree with both of them. I respect the rating on there, but I disagree with it in my personal opinion. My personal opinion, like, I would rate this shit as a tequila. What I'm saying, I would rate this shit like a 75. It's easy to drink, yes. It tastes fake. It doesn't taste like tequila. You know what I'm saying? Might as well just boil some piloncillo, add some alcohol in it, and call it tonala, or whatever you want to call it. That's just the plain and simple truth. I rated a 75. You know, because there's really no complexity to it. There's really no good balance. Everything's on the sweet side. I don't taste any agave. I don't really get the oaks or anything. I would say on a personal level, I can probably bump this up to like a 78. You know, it's because I like sweets. I mean, I can drink it, but I wouldn't look at this as a tequila. I don't look at this as a tequila because they don't taste like one. You know? So, surprisingly, it has a high rating. If you guys see this, don't buy it. I mean, if you guys like that sweet shit, I mean, I guess buy it. I got this for like $60. I regret it, but I got a party coming up, so this is where that's going. Thank you very much. Until next time.